Well, you did say you wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming season of anime.
Yeah. So we're in the summer season now. So last season was spring. Did you catch up on Demon Slayer?
Yes, I am totally caught up with Demon Slayer. Holy shit.
Yes.
That's how you end the season.
Yeah.
That's how you end. Full spoilers, by the way. We're just going to go ahead and throw that out here. Yeah, no, and I think I just talked to you. Maybe it was talking to Jeff. I just talked to somebody where I was like, we're talking about like, how are you liking this season of Demon Slayer? And I was like, well, it's a training arc. It is what it says it is. I was like, I'll be honest, I don't feel the gravitas or the gravity of any of these like experiences that he's really having, if I'm being totally honest, because they're all kind of jokey. Like they're all like,
yeah, and also it didn't really feel like a training art either, because it didn't feel like he was training.
No, he was just like, boom, done it. Boom, done it. Yeah. Boom. Holy shit, you're miles ahead of everyone. Done it. Like every single step that he went into. I mean, the only parts that I will say that I really did like genuinely really liked about each like kind of episode was the backstory, and maybe this is the point, the backstory of the other Hashiras that it gave you in each episode. I really dug that. But overall, the training itself, I was just like, this is
Yeah, I think what the point of this was, because, you know, the ending is going to be split into 3 movies, and that's it. So we have 3 movies left, and then the series is done.
Yeah.
So it felt like this was a way to introduce us to our army, basically, right? It's like, this is who we're taking to battle.
Yeah.
So each episode was focused on meeting those, like, you know, generals, which is the Shira. But, you know, as we meet the Hashiras, like we learn about like how much they care about this cause, how invested they are, how they were able to like gain as much power as they did, how much they've devoted to this cause, kind of thing. And I guess that was really cool. We still like have some to learn about some of the Hashira. Like we didn't learn about the snake guy. We didn't learn about we didn't get to dive into the white-haired dude as much, Ginya's brother, as I wanted to.
Yeah, I know. And he was one of my like, as far as character designs go, he's my guy. Anytime from the time I was a little kid, whenever a dope ass white-haired character gets put in, I'm like, that's my dude. That's what that. And he looked badass with all the freaking scars and shit that he had. And I liked his demeanor. I mean, again, we don't have the full story of why he is the way he is towards his brother. Like he tries to blind him in the first, or no, he tries to kill him. Blind him?
He tries to blind him, and then he says he's going to kill him. I mean, I think we all know that like clearly he doesn't want his brother to be in that world. He doesn't want his brother to be involved in fighting demons and like risking his life. And I think he's taking it in the most hostile, aggressive way possible. Yeah. Because he's been hardened by his experiences. He had to like kill his mother. So like, I think he's just like, he's past the point of being able to use compassion and kindness to reach his goals. Now he has to use brutality. And I think that's all he can do. Even though I'm going to go ahead and assume that he loves his brother very much. And is just like, this is the only way he knows how to like.
It's the only way he shows his emotion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way he knows that he can like try to get his point across of, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Go farm corn somewhere, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's still like, I don't know, watching Gyu's backstory, Gyu, that was really cool.
Which
seeing like he was that's the water Hashira.
Oh, his friend, that's how he has the other half of his cloak.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
randomly
really, really cool.
too. So we were in Ross the other day, and I always go look at the toy section to see if there's any cool deals. There never is, but they had a toy of him. They had a little model of him. I was like, no, not his friend that died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, cool. That is so random. Like that that he's in there because he's such a small part of the show.
Yeah, but I don't think there is a small part in the way the Demon Slayer's storytelling goes, I think. Did you watch the after credits for the final episode?
I want to say yeah.
Where the I forget what it's called, the Toshinori Secret or whatever it's called, Toshiba Secret or whatever.
Maybe not.
You should watch it. You know how it's like cartoony and like playful at the end of every episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those, but it's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like it's actually I watched it with Zach the other day, my brother, and he we both got I had already seen it, but watching it with him, we both got chills.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's worth bringing up to talk about what that could mean for the future of the series.
Okay.
But yeah, Demon Slayer, super hyped for the movies. It was a slow.
What was the date? Did they give a date yet on when the movies are coming out? When they're slated?
I have no idea. I don't know of any dates. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Kaiju number 8 ended.
I'm not caught up with Kaiju number 8.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. There's some.
Did it fizzle?
Seems to be some controversy, huh?
Did it fizzle?
I don't know. There's some controversy on the manga, kind of fizzling or fading in its current state. And then there's some controversy from manga readers that said the anime didn't hold up to the manga, but who knows? My Hero Academia came to an end for the first arc, the first half. So I think we're taking a week break or something. We'll get back into it.
Yeah, it was my stance on My Hero Academia.
Well, I'll be the first to say, from someone who absolutely loves the series, it was disappointing. Oh. We had one of the most anticipated fights of the entire series.
Yeah,
ended in about 5 minutes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Under an episode. No dynamic animation, no upscaled animation. It was standard studio animation, so it looked very plain and very normal.
Yeah,
and it didn't have anywhere near the impact that everyone was anticipating. I'm concerned. I know that the manga just ended, and there's a lot of disappointment in the manga.
Damn, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently the manga ended a few weeks ago, and people are saying that it's kind of on level with Attack on Titan ending. Mm-hmm. For those who don't like the Attack on Titan ending, some people still love Attack on Titan, but a lot of us feel that it's very similar to the Game of Thrones ending, where there was a million different answers on how to end the series, and they chose one of the worst ones.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though, is I think we talked about it, is with the Attack on Titan thing, is I didn't feel either ecstatic about the ending. I didn't hate it. I was literally just oh,
yeah,
okay, that is different than the Game of Thrones ending. I'll say, the Game of Thrones ending, true. I was like, fuck yourself. I hope none of these people ever work in television ever again. Not the actors, but the writers. It was so lazy. It was just let's just spoon feed to everything, and then let's just take the total character development that we've had over this character for the past 7 fucking years and just throw it out the fucking window and let her go fucking crazy because we want to see the dragons burn down King's Landing. Let's take Jaime and Cersei and give them the most boring, useless fucking death out of the possible. If any way they're we're just gonna crush them with some rocks. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's turn Tyrion, one of the most clever and
into a
complicated characters. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
And then we'll make Bran king.
Yeah. Then by the way, Bran's king, and he knew all along he was gonna be king. It's fucking what, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Attack on Titan. Yes, it's not quite that level of disappointment, but for me, it lacked the complexity of the entire series.
Yeah.
Ended up being the most simplistic and plain endings. And I was just super underwhelmed. But I don't know. We'll see how My Hero Academia ends with, all these warnings.
Right.
For this coming season, summer 2024, Oshinoko season 2 just started. And you haven't seen that. Yes, it is phenomenal. The animation might be better this season than last season, and it was known for last year. It was known for its phenomenal art last year, and I think it might be even better this season.
Okay.
blends genres together in a new, I want to almost call it a new genre, because it's so different than anything I've seen before. It's like an isekai. It's like a mystery.
For those of us who have never watched season 1, what's the basis of the show?
I will try to explain this without spoiling anything, but basically the show follows twins that are the son and daughter of one of Japan's most highly rated, highly idolized pop stars in Japan. Mm-hmm. And they are both kind of following in her footsteps and coming into the art industry, music, acting, dance, all that kind of content creation and stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of follows the insider kind of logistics and mechanics of being in the industry. So it shows like how being a pop idol works and how hiring works and how getting like how social media and branding affects your hiring capabilities and things like that. And it follows like body dysmorphia. It follows bullying, like social, like media bullying. It follows like depression within the industry. But it's also, I'm not going to like spoil anything, but it's also a murder mystery and like all kinds of other crazy stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. It's really cool. The main character is basically trying to solve a mystery while, living under the facade of being like a teen idol, basically.
So the way that you're describing it, honestly, is like, I'm picturing like Perfect Blue and Erased is what I'm picturing.
I don't know if I've seen Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue is you know what Perfect Blue is though?
I know. Let me look it up. Erased is a very good connection to make. It is kind of a lot like Erased.
So Perfect Blue
in the sense of like
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
And no, you tell me. In the sense of what? In the sense of what, Lance?
How like the main character is a kid with the mentality of a grown man using his intelligence to like navigate this world that he doesn't necessarily like belong to like solve this crime. Okay. It's kind of similar to Oshinoko, where the main character is highly advanced and is playing the facade of a normal teen, like actor, celebrity, whatever, to reach his goals.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
It's so good.
I put it in my list. You talked to me yesterday, and I put it in my list. So
yeah, I've never seen Perfect Blue.
Oh yeah, Perfect Blue is
it's old.
I forget. Yeah, I forget what it's 2005. I can't remember which. I think Perfect Blue came before.
That's 20 years ago.
Shut up! Don't say that. I can't remember. Perfect Blue was before Paprika or after Paprika. But it's the same director as Paprika and what's the one I just
You're pronouncing it wrong. It's Paprika.
It's Paprika.
Paprika.
God.
Paprika.
And it's another one that I just watched. Millennium Actress. Holy shit! Mm-hmm. I wanted to talk to you about that. Have you ever seen Millennium Actress?
No.
Oh my God, Lance! It's so good.
You're watching. That's another older series.
No, it's a movie. Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect Blue is a movie. They're films. But it is so well crafted. It's like it's the same director. And I forget his name. I feel like an asshole. He's dead now. That's why he hasn't made anything in a long time. But he, you can see it's one of those things where you can see like in Millennium Actress these themes and these techniques that he's wanting to explore, and then in each film that he does after that, him perfecting those techniques and doing what he wants to do. Like the evolution of a genius. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I will cut this part out while I'm looking for his name. Paprika. Hold on. Satoshi Kon. Satoshi Kon is his name. So Paprika, or not Paprika, Perfect Blue is like this idol, and she's like slowly coming unglued with her perception of who she is and what's real and what's not. There's like, I don't want to give anything about it because it's a brilliant movie. Like, and it's like, it's one of those like Memento type movies where you watch it and you're like, fuck. Black Swan. Have you ever seen Black Swan?
Yeah.
That is Perfect Blue. Like,
oh, okay.
That is, I mean, they took whole shots and sequences from that movie directly from Perfect Blue.
I got you.
Like, kind of like how Nolan did within Inception and Paprika. Like, whole sequences, ripped it straight from it.
Yeah. And how Creed 2 took from Dragon Ball Z.
Totally. Sure. Why not? You know, that famous Kamehameha. Or are you talking about the steroids that old boy was on to look like Goku? Is that what you're talking about? I.e. senzu beans. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about that, like the shot that that they did. Was it Creed 3 that they did from the fight between Goku and Vegeta that they put in Creed 3?
Oh, I don't know. That doesn't surprise me. That's
Anyways. Yeah. For anyone who hasn't seen Oshinoko, it's hard to find because you said it's on Hulu, right? You looked it up. It's on Hulu.
Yeah. So it's not on Crunchyroll, but it is on
Hulu and High Dive. Yeah, Hulu and High Dive. So kind of, I don't know many people, like I don't know how many people have Hulu or High Dive. Yeah. But it's definitely one that, like, did you ever watch Summer something Summer? The mystery. It's another mystery.
Don't know.
Good anime. There's a lot of good anime that come out every season that aren't on Crunchyroll or Netflix, so they're harder to find. And it's just like such a shame that they get missed because they're masterpieces. And I think Oshinoko is one of those that if you can find a way to watch it, you got to see it because the way it's so unique in its coverage of, being in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
But also like covers these very like intense themes of mystery and darkness, like crime and stuff. It's really cool.
Okay.
It's just very unique. Moving on though.
What else we got?
I don't know if Tower of God season 2
I was going to ask you about this. All right. So I remember when Tower of God came out. Was that 2020?
Maybe. It might have been. It might have been 2019.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah. So maybe I can't remember if it was pre or post pandemic or during the pandemic. But
I can find out right now.
I think it was 2020. Right, I think it came out like the spring of 2020. I think. Anyway, I remember it. I thought I heard that it was like really overhyped, and that it was kind of a letdown. And I never watched it because I'm not big into shonen anyway. And so I was like, I don't really care. But then I keep seeing the ads for this season, and they look fucking awesome.
The art's very good.
Yeah. Who's the studio that does it? Do you know? Is it Wit?
I remember it was a Crunchyroll original.
Oh, okay.
And it is by the Answer Studio.
I don't know about that.
The Answer Studio, I don't know them either, but they did. Oh, they did Kotohana no Niwa, Garden of Words.
Oh, okay.
They did.
Wait, Suzume? Is it the same? Is it the same one?
Suzume is related to the Garden of Words, but I'm seeing if Suzume is done by the same studio.
They all have that like same kind of font and
I don't see it, so that must be by a different studio.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I mean they take place in the same universe.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, but you're looking forward to it? This is one of the ones that you're.
I'm gonna give it a shot, but I don't know if you have seen the original season.
I didn't watch it.
Season 1. It was odd. It was one of those things where it had the potential and like all of the ingredients to be something great.
Yeah.
And it just didn't hit. And I know a lot of people that feel that way. Joey feels the same way, where it has great characters. It has like the concept of them, like it's kind of like almost like a Squid Games kind of thing.
Okay.
Where it's
maybe
like
am I getting God of High School and Tower of God mixed up?
You might be.
I think I am. Is Tower of God the guy with the Goku hair, or is that God of High School?
That's God of High School.
I'm totally getting mixed up. Ah, damn it. Okay. Either way, I've never seen either one of them. Either way.
God of High School was okay.
Yeah. I
mean, it's got good action, but
the title alone of that one, totally, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little silly, but it's a good watch if you just want to watch some good combat. But I would say God of High School doesn't have that much meat to it. Yeah. Tower of God was the Crunchyroll original that it just didn't hit. Like, I don't know. The characters kind of fell a little flat by the end, and the plot kind of like, it just didn't feel like it was going anywhere important. And I don't know. It kind of made you feel like it was like, it was one of those things where they wrote it to feel very important, but they didn't show that it was important. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's like, they're like, what you're watching is very intense, but you're like, it doesn't feel that intense.
It doesn't feel that way. Yeah. They tell you instead of showing you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how. I didn't expect a second season to come out, to be honest. I thought it had been canceled because it's poor reviews.
Right.
But second season started. So Isekai Suicide Squad just started.
Don't know about that one.
Yeah. I've seen a couple clips. Looks like people are really liking it. It's not the highest rated, but it's not the lowest. It's holding a little above a 7 star rating, or 7 rating. So, you know, I don't know, maybe worth a shot.
You're not selling me.
I watched the first episode of, what's the English name for this one? Wistoria, Wand and Sword.
Wistoria, Wand and Sword.
Yeah. It's a kind of like an action adventure dungeon show.
Is it isekai?
No, it takes place in this world, like fantasy. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not, the animation was really, really good. We only got one episode so far, so we'll see. But the animation is great, and I'm intrigued for sure to keep checking it out. We just finished Delicious in Dungeon. Delicious in Dungeon finished recently. Mm-hmm. Was it this past season, or was it the season before? Dungeon Meshi. It might have been the season before, actually.
Winter, spring.
Yeah, it might have been the winter season.
Not spring.
Yeah. That anime I just finished maybe a few days ago, and then I moved on to the Apothecary Diaries. Both were absolutely fantastic. I mean, just so many heavy hitters recently.
Yeah, I think it's a good time for anime. I finished. I guess it came out in the winter. I want to say it came out winter 2023. Mm-hmm. Is when it came out, but the Sign of Affection one.
Yeah, I want to watch that one.
I recommend it. It's really, really good.
Okay.
The thing about it that I didn't quite not that I didn't like it. It's just that I wish it felt rushed at the end, which I'm assuming they're doing a season 2. The way that it ends, it kind of leads you to believe that because the whole time, I thought that it like kind of dwelled on the main relationship between the main two people longer than it needed to, and it kept like the main guy. I think I told you about it. Like I was never super on board with the main dude. I was just like, I feel like he's hiding something. I feel like he's not doing this for like why he says he's into her. And then you had like this other character who was like the childhood best friend of the main girl, that he always felt muted. And I think that was intentional. Like it's like he literally can't communicate his feelings. But it always, there's this scene that I'm not going to spoil, but there's a scene that happens which I don't think that they executed it very well. Like, I didn't feel the emotional release that I was supposed to feel when it happens with that guy who's like the friend. And
I just want to announce that you've been saying the word emotional release a lot in this podcast.
Emotional release. It's because I've been away from my family for a month and some change. I need to hug someone. I've hugged my buddy Kevin that I'm working with so much that I need someone who wants to hug me back. No, there's like the two main, so it's like a love triangle, right? And towards the middle / end, like 3/4 of the way in, that love triangle evolves into this love porygon, or hexagon, whatever it is. But what happens is, for me, everything feels so rushed that they try to wrap up in the last episode that it doesn't give you the closure on a lot of those relationships, making me believe that the next season is going to be geared towards those auxiliary relationships and not the main one. Like, the main one is the gravity that holds them all together, kind of. But I think that's what it's going to do. But overall, I really, really liked it. And I really, really liked... It's hard to explain. I really, really like seeing this new aspect of like a new type of relationship where the way that communication is done in the show, because she's deaf and he's not, and seeing how they communicate, and this like barrier of them like obviously being attracted to one another, but literally not being able to communicate was I don't know. It was a cool angle of the whole shoujo, or shoujo, is the right term? Genre. So
well, I've kind of outgrown the whole harem story style, but I do want to give it a shot because I do like the theme of...
Well, it's not a harem. It's definitely not a harem.
Oh, really?
No, it's not a harem. It's just like
some like complex feelings.
Yeah, it's just complex feelings. It's like,
intertwining.
I'm really into you.
Love web.
And I've been really into you for a long time. But it turned, I know that you're not into me, so I'm not going to say anything.
So angsty.
It is. It's like, there's a couple characters in there where I'm like, I bet you listen to Taking Back Sunday, don't you?
Yeah. Well, actually, speaking of sign, I have actually been learning sign language.
Yeah? Can you see this? You know
yeah, I've been...
You know what this means?
Why the long face?
No. This.
Itchy beard.
No. It means I love you.
Oh. No, I've been taking...
guess in Japanese sign language, not American.
Oh,
I think this is I love you, or something.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I'll get there. And I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I've been using ASL Bloom.
Is that an app?
It's a like a sign language learning app.
Okay.
So I can say like nice to meet you.
Oh.
And how are you?
I can say more.
More?
No, in Japanese, this is more.
Oh, you're learning Japanese sign language.
That's all the show teaches you, because it's a freaking anime. Yeah,
that's hilarious. Yeah, I don't. ASL is putting your fingers together like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I've always wanted to learn ASL, so
this show will make you want to. This show will totally make you want to learn sign language. When I had just finished watching it,
just the wrong kind of sign language,
the wrong nation of sign language,
wrong region.
I just finished it, and I came here, and I finished it the week before. I came here, and we were doing workout on the beach, and there was this whole group of people doing ASL out on the beach together, and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to go up and talk to them, but I can't say fucking anything. You know what I mean? I was super hyped on learning sign language.
Imagine
if I went up
not
to
knowing.
him oh my God.
Imagine
Thinking
not
that I
knowing
knew everything or knew enough to like introduce myself, and I'm introducing myself in Japanese, and they're like, what the fuck is this guy saying right now?
It looks like you're just making fun of them and harassing them.
God, Jesus. This asshole. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So funny.
It's really good though. Definitely watch it. I give it a.
This guy signs in a very strong Japanese accent. I wonder if you can have accents in ASL. Yeah. I just learned that I'm taking these lessons, and I just learned that you use your face when signing to like help change inflections, which is interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. I thought it was just in the hands, but it's actually like depending on how you're asking a question or something, you'll change your like eyebrow levels and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, very
because like the lip reading aspect of it's also very big.
Yeah. It's honest. It's surprisingly like easy to learn, but memorization is a little difficult because there's no practice.
Right.
But it's always something I wanted to learn. When I worked in Atlanta, there was a deaf community that was connected to the basement because one of the owners, his wife works at an hearing impaired school, and a lot of the teachers are deaf and use sign language to communicate, and they'll all like come and have brunch or something at the restaurant every now and then, and just being surrounded by them. And like the deaf actor from The Walking Dead and Eternals, I forget her name. Do you know who I'm talking about? She was in Eternals. She was in The Walking Dead. She's a deaf actor. She was in, I forget what else she was in, but she's a really good actor. She's deaf. She uses sign language in her roles as a actor. She visited the basement, and
oh shit,
I met her, and she's really cool. And just like I've made a lot of like, whenever I was a kid, our babysitter was deaf. Her name was Misty, I think. Her name was Misty, and she was deaf. And she tried to teach us sign language when we were kids, but that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always been connected to that, I think. And I've always wanted to learn, and it's cool to like finally be taking the steps to try to do a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best way to combat brain degrading diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia is to broaden your mental capacity by learning new skills and challenging your brain.
I've heard that.
So learning new languages is very healthy for your brain.
Totally.
So pick a language, start learning.
Yeah.
Even if you don't use it, just engaging your brain is just a really good way to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just food for little bit of advice to end the podcast.
Was that all the ones that you're looking forward to this season?
I mean, we have others like there's a lot of like continuations and stuff right now. So like let me pull it back up here. No. This season we have let's see. Lots of new things that I've never seen before, so we'll have to see. Actually, almost all of it is new stuff that I've never seen before.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. I think the continuations. I'm not seeing My Hero in here, so I wonder if we're gonna have to wait a whole season for My Hero, or if it's just not included because it's.
How many episodes did it give in this last arc?
We only got 12 so far.
Was that 12? Oh,
yeah. Let me see. Let's see if it says anything. It says 21 episodes.
Maybe it'll come back in the fall.
Like I think they might just be taking like a day break, or a week break or something. Yeah, I feel like they'll probably continue soon. But yeah, this season is mostly new stuff. We just have Oshinoko, that's a continuation. Tower of God continuation. And then everything else is new. I don't see many other like 2s or 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And then next season, we have Blue Lock second season, ReZero second season, Sword Art Online.
What?
Gun Gale Online.
Gross.
Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. Blue Exorcist. New season.
Random.
Yeah.
It's been like 5 years, 7 years.
Yeah. Natsume Yuichi. Oh my gosh. Eugene Shichi. It's one of my favorite older anime that's very like wholesome slice of life style. Coming out with a new season and it already has like 5 seasons. It's so good, so wholesome. Great way to go to bed at night is by watching a couple episodes of that. So lots of cool stuff coming next season. But yeah, I think it'll be curious. Like I'm interested in all the new stuff coming out this season. See what kind of ends up sticking out as we, over the next couple of weeks as we watch everything. And so next time we do a podcast, we can talk about what's kind of starting to poke its head out as a must watch.
Yeah. I'll have to look and see if anything piques my fancy.
Well, what are you still in the mood where you don't want to watch something serious at the moment? Because you were wanting a break from the intense stuff, right?
Yeah, I was. No, I'm back in. I'm back in for the emotional. I'm ready.
Well, then I would suggest starting Oshinoko.
Okay.
I think I would even watch the first episode with you if you want. We can watch it right now.
Well,
after the podcast.
I don't know about right now. I got to shower and
what? You don't got to shower.
I do. I stink. I've been working hard.
Stank. You're by yourself right now. Stank all you want.
Hard.
Working hard or hardly working?
No, I've been working hard.
I could say anything about you right now, and people listening would listen. Like, Ethan's actually a very lazy worker.
I'm actually completely naked right now. And you guys would never know if I'm telling the truth or not.
Yeah. Well, if you decide you want to watch it and you want, like, I'm off, I'd be happy to tag along. But because the first episode is a doozy. The first episode's long. It's an extended episode.
Well, I'll be down to watch it a little later tonight.
Yeah, you let me know if you want. We can watch it together. I'm going to tell you, it's going to mess you up, man.
Okay.
That first episode.
I want to feel.
The first episode's probably going to make you cry.
Good.
First episode always makes me cry. We watched it in LA last summer. We were at the Airbnb, and it's just the first episode probably feels like you're watching 3 anime in one, because it starts like a comedy, then it becomes like a fantasy, then it becomes a murder mystery, and you're like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
And it's refreshing, unique, one of the most unique series I've ever seen, for sure.
All right, let's watch it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one. That's the next on my list to give you. I would say if I had to recommend starting one, and then I want someone to watch Delicious in Dungeon so I can talk about it.
Did Joey watch it?
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You would you eat some monsters if it was your only way to survive?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
What do you think would be the most delicious monster?
I think that unicorns probably taste like cotton candy. I think that what are they called? What are they called? The half they're like one's Minotaur? A half. No, not the Minotaur, the other ones. The Hippogriff? People. No. They're like half horse, half centaur?
Yeah.
Centaur. It might be pretty gamey, but I don't know. Is that faux pas to eat a centaur? Like they're kind of human like.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta survive.
I stay away from goblins. Goblins and orcs, they sound that muddy. You know what I mean? Like I picture like a catfish, like muddy and tough.
Yeah, that's how you get food poisoning.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's a good way to end today's episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's about to cut you off anyway.
Yeah, it is. I have like legit a few minutes. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for us today, guys. Thanks for listening. Episode 8 of the Born2BNerd Podcast in the bag. We're approaching that 10 mark, which is going to be, I don't know, see if we can find something to do for it that's special. If you want to listen to previous episodes, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcast, YouTube, all those places. Keep watching for our next episode that comes out. Not sure when it's going to post, but hopefully it'll be soon.
YouTube has a comment section, so if you want to contribute to the discussion anyway, feel free to leave a comment below and
just be nice.
Yeah, I always like reading and seeing what people think about like the topics. Like someone made a really cool response to our last podcast about anime influencing the environment and environment influencing art or whatever, about how like science like created Star Trek, and then Star Trek influenced the science world to create new inventions and stuff. It's really cool. So it's cool to see people discussing in the comments. So if you wanted to contribute, feel free to leave a comment on the YouTube section. You can follow our Twitch channel where I Twitch stream semi-frequently, taking a break now because of work and everything, but hopefully getting back in there. My birthday's coming up, so I'll be doing a birthday stream, maybe opening some Pokemon cards. Yeah. So I'll be doing a birthday stream, maybe opening some Pokemon cards and stuff.
Cool.
And yeah, any other plugs?
Everything's in our link tree at the bottom of every episode. Again, thank you for listening, and we will see you guys next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Indeed. Bye.